Got an amazing topic today. Tim, Mr. Stewart, what are you doing? You got these Twitter streets bringing the heat. We got to get into this topic. Okay, welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. And man, oh man, I can't leave it alone for a second without people trying to come for the throne. But this is your first chance checking out the channel. I will ask you if you like what you see, like, follow, and subscribe, share it out. And if you want to become a member where you can get in-depth conversations about the wonderful statues that you see around you, combat talk, and I'm going to start doing one-on-one interviews with people that are in the industry, stuff like that. We're going to do a whole bunch of things that is going to be, for the members, because I come from a generation when it was like each one teach one, and I'm seeing a lack of leadership. So, hey man, you got a voice, you want to have a conversation, have this conversation. And also on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the Xbox Frontline live show where you call in and your voice can be heard. So if you didn't like some stuff that was going on, or you always just wanted to, say something, then hey man, come on, you're amongst friends and let's have that conversation. But today, Twitter has exploded because Xbox CFO Tim Stewart was having a talk at boy, was he having a talk at the Wells Fargo TMT Investors Meeting 2023. And I'm like, okay, so to encapsulate everything that was talked about, it was broad spectrum. And I think he was trying to hit on a lot of points because this is investors that you're talking to, right? So you're trying to have a broad spectrum look at it to make sure that you hit everybody that's there, to pique their interest, to get them excited to invest in where the global brand is going, because Xbox is a global brand. Now, I would like to touch on one thing, because it was a time where Microsoft used to report console sales, and it just stopped doing so because, and part and parcel, it's PlayStation and Nintendo would sell more. But you got to think about it in the sense that they're all selling to the same customer. You're all peddling your wares to the same customer. So this is why, people or CEOs and companies look outside of the normal demographic to attract new users to the platform. And in doing so, you have to be ingenious in the way that you approach things. So when Jim Ryan, former CEO over at Sony PlayStation, when he said that the PlayStation fan base wasn't enough, because we really have hit our ceiling. So when Tim is saying that, they don't report these numbers, and when Phil was saying that he, wanted to reach 8 billion users, or was 4 billion users, the question was, how is that possible, right? So, two fronts. The reason why they stopped reporting numbers is because it doesn't show the overall health of Xbox. Microsoft looks at dollars amount, right? So how much revenue is the Xbox brand bringing in? Well, it brings in more than Sony. So console sales doesn't explain the overall health of Xbox as a brand, right? So unit sales just show unit sales, and it doesn't give a clear, broad spectrum to what's going on. So it would be at your disadvantage to talk about unit sales when you can talk about generated revenue, right? I would do that. I would do engagement. So that's when they made that pivot. And that was talked about here. Now, Tim also in this speech said that they are looking for Xbox to be on Nintendo and PlayStation. And Twitter went crazy. I told you, King, Xbox is going to be out of the console business. This is where the Xbox tax comes in. This is where stupidity reigns supreme. And the problem with a lot of morons is that they tag me in tweets knowing that don't come for me unless I send for you. And now I gotta flame broil you, bro. I told you the boot will be on your neck for this whole generation that you exist at this moment. Because there's not going to be a PlayStation 6. You're not going to exist. And I'm going to lay it out for you. All right. So the reason why console sales really don't matter is because when they go to East Africa, Asia, these places, they're trying to get streaming. North Korea, South Korea. They're trying to get the streaming, right? So that's where console doesn't actually make any sense, right? So when they go to mobile, they're going to mobile to reach, 4 billion users? That's the 4 billion users. That's outside of the console space, right? So, and PC is 400 million. So that's the reason why Microsoft started shipping on PC. That's where you have Game Pass PC. But see, the Xbox Series X and S is not the platform. The platform is Game Pass. Nintendo didn't sign up for 10 years of Xbox Series X and S. They signed up for 10 years of Game Pass. They signed up for 10 years of Call of Duty. That's an Xbox game. It's going to be some time when you look at your Nintendo Switch and Game Pass is going to be on it. There's going to be some time when you look at your PlayStation 5, the last console, and there will be Game Pass on it. It's not just about Call of Duty. The ABK deal makes Microsoft one of the leaders in mobile. Immediately. They had a hard time breaking into mobile before. Do you remember that? I had Gears Pop. I was playing Gears Pop all the time. I don't know what went wrong. I don't know why they stopped. It probably wasn't generating revenue. And the fact that it wasn't generating revenue means they got to go, right? So at the end of the day, now you have Diablo Immortal. You have what is it? What is the other game, Coco? Tell me, Coco. What is the other game? You have the Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. You have these games that are instantly at the top of the sale through. And these games are what Microsoft needs. You need Candy Crush. You need these games to become viable. And these are Microsoft games that are being sold. So when they talk to all of these potential investors, Wells Fargo, other players that's there, Chase, everybody that's there, Bank of America, these individuals are looking to invest money, your money, because if you have a Roth IRA and a portfolio, then you understand where your money is going. These banks come in, they invest, and Microsoft is a global brand, and Xbox is side by side with that. So this is what I talk about when we talk about Xbox tax. People was talking like this was the end of the world, like this shouldn't happen, like they shouldn't talk like this. No, what's idiotic is when you say I'm gonna have a walled garden and I'm not going to put my games all over the place, but I'm going to tell you you're not enough. That's idiotic. What's idiotic is when you only have one platform and one avenue to sell your games, and you live and die on that fan base continuing to support. And you really hit your limit. Right? There's never been a Nintendo product that has sold over 400 million. Right? So they will always sell to the same fan base. They will always sell to the same amount of people. Microsoft has to break out of that mode. And with the ABK deal they have. So when I saw this pop up, I said, this is much to do about nothing. But anytime there's anything that you can spin as a negative against Microsoft and Xbox, the media would do so because it generates clicks, it generates revenue, it generates incitement, and this is what they want to have engagement with. This is Xbox Frontline News, where Game Pass is going to be everywhere. The boot will continue to be on your neck and y'all will become an app. I'm standing on that. Yo, catch me tomorrow where I have more news. But while you doing that, try to play the Game Pass.